Hi guys, my name is Mark. I'm the most appreciated reviewer from FINALMOUSE and FINALBOY, and this is my FINALMOUSE Starlight-12 review. Let's go! So guys, as I said already, today we're talking about the S-sized FINALMOUSE Starlight-12. I have the edition Hero of Troy, which basically is not a god. I don't know if FINALBOY didn't Google the names, but I don't care. At first the box is very small, and the weight in total with the mouse in it is also not that high. It has some advantages for you as seller or reseller. Basically you save a lot of money when you send it express all over the world. But besides this, they did not send it express, they just took like 3 weeks or something to get it from the States to Germany, and yeah, there was nothing like express. So they maybe paid $6 US for shipping, but charged you 11 or something like that, I don't know. The box is okay, it's high quality box. When you open it, your mouse is sitting here, right down there is this dongle, which looks like an UFO. Next step below here would be the USB cable. Then there you have like the instruction for this, which explains you how to charge, which indication for the status of your battery shows when you use this DPI button down there, it's blinking green, or it's when you're charging, it's green illuminated the whole time. Also it explains you which clicks is what. If you don't know that the left click is click 1, now you know. And it explains you that the DPI button has only 4 steps, basically 400, 800, 1600, 3200 DPI. What it does not explain is that you will not have a software for this. You will not be able to disable the DPI button. You will be not able to change the side buttons. You will not able to change what happens when you click the mouse wheel. Basically, you're also not able to change the debounce time, the lift off, the polling rate, the DPI presets, or just disable the other presets. There's nothing like that, okay? Just forget it. I know you know it from every other big seller or mouse company, but just forget about this. It's not implemented. Okay, that's okay. I mean, that's for free thinker, I guess. And free thinker don't need this. Something like this. But you will definitely press the DPI button while playing in a rough situation. Believe me, there's no way you will not press it. So your DPI will change in game, 100% sure. That's okay. One thing in front, I just played the Ultralight-2 for nearly 4 weeks on Valorant and on Apex. Went pretty good for me. What I realized is that the if you compare to a HATI-S, it don't have the big bubble butt in the end, and was basically a little bit better for me to place my ring finger here somewhere, because the distance in between ring finger and thumb was not that big, and that improved my horizontal secureness, or the secureness of my horizontal movement, and aiming and flicking was a little bit better with this geometry, or how the mouse is made in general. That's okay. I was totally fine with this one. The clicks were a little bit hard, but mouse wheel was good, has a good click. Side buttons were also good. This copy I bought here was a new one. Was still an original packaging, never used before. I just put some HATI-S stickers on it and I used it. It was very okay. I had no problems. I realized that the debounce timer is a little bit high, and that it's only for 500 Hertz, but it was totally okay to play. Nothing bad. It's not like it's last chip mouse or something. I know some people had a lot of problems with their Ultralight-2s, but mine was okay. Which brings me to the Starlight. The Starlight, let me first begin with the specs. We all know the specs. It was advertised with 37 gram, but basically it ends up on me with sticker on 47 gram, which would be 42 to 43 gram for the S version, which basically was, as much as I remember on the early announcements, the weight for the M version. So in my opinion, the M version will weigh like 47, 48, maybe 49 gram. But we will know when they are out and when some people have them in hand. And as much as I think, they're not even in the warehouse of FINALMOUSE. That's my honest opinion, guys. I think they're still in China somewhere and they're on the way to FINALMOUSE. That's why you never saw a picture of it, only you saw the boxes of the S, not of the M. And when they're there, they will show you the M boxes and they will say, we start shipping now because we finished shipping the S. Guys, they finished shipping the S on the first day. They just handed over to a company who is doing the delivery. They're just sorting stuff out. Sometimes they made a mistake, some people got the wrong colors, but they're just doing the work for FINALMOUSE. There's no 10 people at FINALMOUSE who's doing the sending. Why? Because they only send a mouse 2 times a year. There's not like Max Gaming or Amazon where they send products every day, so there's no one who's packing something, or they don't have a street where the package is done and sending is done. They just hand it over to a third party and they do it for them. Okay, that to that point. So delivery to Germany took like 3 weeks, and for the first 1.5 weeks or 2 weeks, the tracking did never update. It was still in the States for the whole time. That's also proof for a third party company who's doing the sending for them, because they already check everything in. So that's like send it, but they do it step by step, like they've done here. American customers got first, then everyone else got. So let's come to the general behavior or how the mouse is, how it's made. Basically, as you guys know, it's made out of magnesium alloy. The side buttons are plastic, the bottom is plastic, the PCB inside is plastic, the dongle is plastic, and some other stuff is plastic too. Some people already opened it because they have a lot of problems, but the problems I will speak later in this video about them, because that's not only 1 or 2, there are way more than 1 or 2. Basically what you can see here is like that they have a very big PCB. They use these Japanese Omrons, the 1Fs, which are very good in my opinion when you have a very good controller. We see they insert the controller, but I can't tell you which one. We see that they have a sensor they call PWM3389 Final. Basically, this is a PixArt they ordered with a spec sheet. They telling PixArt, guys, we need like 10,000 sensors, but the sensors must be like this. They tell them PixArt is doing this. They are burning them or branding them or just adjust them for the fact sheet or data sheet FINALMOUSE gave them, or the producer FINALMOUSE gave them to PixArt. And then they get their own branding, but just by pin count, I already can say it's not a 3335. For me, it looks like a 30C70, which is just adjusted for the regulations of FINALMOUSE. So in total, you also see the battery. It's not that small. Could be, there would be a possibility to use a smaller battery. And for me, it looks like you also could change it your own, because it's just a connector with 3 poles, and I think you can use smaller ones and put it there, and maybe you get 2 or 3 grams less weight if you want, but I don't know if you really want. Other things is that you see that, I don't know, it's not looks like there were a lot of efforts to make this PCB very good, very small, or design it very good. It's just like, okay, let's do a PCB, easy style, let's make it black, that's it. When you take out the FINALMOUSE out of the box, it smells like Chinese plastic trash. And maybe it is, we will see. First feeling is when you put it out of the box, me and my cameraman realized that it doesn't feel like metal, it just feels like rough plastic, because it was on room temperature, 22, 23 degrees. It was not cold or warm or something, but just felt like a rough plastic. Later, when I played it on the same day, after 6 hours, I was realizing that the front by the hand warming gets also warmer, but then the end, like this here, this end, you can feel that it's way colder than the front you are using right now. But that was okay for this point. I had no problems with this. And so far, you see there's still a lot of plastic inside. And in my opinion, or what I would expect from a company which says they doing like a step which is brings mouse game 5 years or 10 years ahead, and everyone will get one because it's the best mouse on the earth and blah 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 blah. For me, it looks like the research and development was or needed 3 or 6 more months to just finish this one. I explain you now why. There are mechanical problems and there are electrical problems. Let's first come to one flaw which I realized myself, and when other gamer who are like competitive gamer Counter-Strike, high level tiered ranked player, Yuki aim players, others wrote me on Twitter, for example, and told me, yo Whale, I saw you have one. Do you feel like the debounce timer is too high? One thing I was like realizing this is when I was trying to double click something on my desktop, and sometimes now it works, sometimes it does not accept the double click, or sometimes also not accept one clicks. I have no idea why. You hear the click but nothing happens. I have no clue, guys, why this is a problem with this one. Now it is working really good. On the German video I'm doing this and you directly can hear, I double click and nothing happens to the Chrome logo. But okay, now it's okay. But that's also one problem. I think the debounce timer is on 4 or 6 milliseconds to just save for double clicks. But basically I know mouse which have the same switch, which are running with 0 debounce, and where you can, for example, in Apex, shoot some weapons single fire faster than they do in auto fire, because you can click so fast. Think in general it would be a problem anyway with this mouse, because the click stiffness and hardness is a little bit better than the Ultralight 2, where the click in my opinion is harder than this one. And I know people, or heard of people, that they say that the click on their Starlight is even harder than on their Ultralight 2, and that's also a flaw in my opinion. How can it be harder, guys? Needs to be the same or softer. You evolve a product, you go in the next step, you say you produce something 5 or 10 years ahead in the mouse game. But this product is like an idea. For me, that's a beta product. And I saw a diagram of an oscilloscope, an oscillator, where it shows that the end latency from click to movement on the monitor is 42 milliseconds. A Viper Mini, I know it has optical switches, but the Viper Mini wired has like 19 to 21 milliseconds, some in between this. And so the Starlight, which they advertise as fastest mouse on the world, way faster than every wired mouse. Let's take a second. Is 50 less than 20? 40 less than 20? No, I don't think so. I'm not that genius in math, but I think 40 is bigger than 20. So, surprise, this is not the fastest mouse out there. I think you already know this, but I just wanted to explain you again. So it's not the fastest mouse, it has not the lowest debounce, and it has not the fastest reaction time. So it's okay, it's a wireless mouse, it's a final mouse. They producing at a Chinese mass producer. When I would show you the mouse, you think you would be on, I don't know, man. In Germany we say Rummel. You would think like you're in a disco, all the lights are popping off, RGB party, let's go. And the plastic looks so cheap that no one wants to touch us. That's basically the main manufacturer of FINALMOUSE. But here I ask myself, why do I advertise something and raise the bar so high, which I can't even fulfill, because I already know 3 months before I will produce one math, I have the minimum the beta. And at this point, or the engineer will tell me which will be the specs and the dates. At this point, I already know that I can't advertise this shit anymore, but they still did. Final Boy, advertisements of Final Boy are like, I don't know, man. Sometimes I thought the guys took something special, you know, some medicine, or I don't know, some forbidden stuff. But bro, you saw the posts. he says that's the god of the mouse, and some posts are so weird. I asked myself, why is he posting it? Is he posting it himself? Is there like a 50-man team from, I don't know, an alternative marketing company who says write this weird stuff and people will just watch? I have no clue, man. Sometimes it works, sometimes not. But one thing I really ask myself is, Final Boy, if you watch this, what's happened to the shoes? You wanted to produce shoes, man. It's over 2 years ago now. I want these FINALMOUSE shoes. Show them, bro. Please. I want them. Are they zero latency? I hope so. It's okay, Final Boy. Thanks for watching, by the way. And now let's get to the flaws I saw on other copies and on my copy. In general, we all know the mouse sites, the specs, blah, blah. Here, the mouse lady, which is basically also a female mouse reviewer from the States as much as I know, had one problem, which other guys had two. It's like, I have it only little, I will show you. It's like the click is touching the plastic so much that it's like rubbing. And as she writes, it's so bad made that the click, the right click, stays stuck in the switch position. So the switch is engaged and the metal is stuck on the plastic. So it just stops and holds there. How can it be? It's a $180 product. If it arrives in Germany, it's over 200 euro. How can this be on such an expensive product, which should be the market leader for now in wireless mouse? In general, they said in gaming mouse, it should be the market leader. But how can the quality is so bad? Guys, it took you ages to produce this. It took you ages to send this. So you should just take 1 month more to double control, quality check every mouse. I mean every mouse. I was working in quality control of an electronic company for only 3 months. And I can tell you, out of 1,000, you check 2. If one of these 2 has a problem, you check 10 more. If one more has a problem, you check 100. And if on these 100 is also only one, you do a full check. You check every one of 1,000. And you're not checking it normal, you double check it. That's how quality control works. Why? Because if you have a big brand, a company, which sells a lot, you have to be sure clients will not have problems, because one thing which matters most is what people who sell your products for you or who buy products from you are not disappointed. Because if they are disappointed, they maybe never come back again. And you want to stay in business for the next 50 or 100 years. How you can stay in business with a 200 or 180 US dollar mouse, where the clicks get stuck, where when you press the right mouse button, it gets fucking stuck. What is this? Where's the quality control? Are they on Christmas holiday already or what? Guys, it's June. You produced this in March or April. Where are they? It's Corona or what? I don't know, man. I will show you now some flaws by the clicks. As I said, Mouse Lady said, right button gets stuck here. On my copy, it's not get stuck, but as you see, it already reaches the plastic. It would be this point here, where when the plastic from the downside would be a little bit higher, where the right side of the click would touch the plastic so much that it's like that the plastic is doing a pressure to the metal, and that's the reason why it gets stuck. So okay, I don't have it. But one thing I have is like that at first there's a lot pre-travel. It's a lot pre-travel before you press, but then my click, so my mouse button is directly touching the plastic. There's literally zero force right now. And when I force it, everything is touching the plastic. I show you the Ultralight 2 now. Look at this. There's like, for me, there's like zero pre-travel here. And sure, if I press it like in retard, it touches the plastic. But in general, if you press it normal, it touches nothing. How in hell, when I have a product which I sold already a lot which was basically good, and where I just copied the design from, how can the new product, which is an improvement, how can it be this bad? I don't understand it from my part. Because basically I tried to compare the design. It's literally changed a little bit. The FINALMOUSE Starlight is a little bit more white than the Ultralight 2, which is basically good. I enjoyed it. It was good. I had a very good feeling with my hand after 1 hour. It was awesome. And also the way I played it was good. It gave me again a good secureness on horizontal movement compared to the Zaunkönig, but it made me a little bit slower because of the length and the weight in total. But the weight balancing is like, if you compare it to a Zaunkönig, it feels, for the size of the mouse, feels nearly the same like for the size of the Zaunkönig. If you compare just size to weight ratio, feels nearly the same. But let's continue with the flaws. So why does the metal touch the plastic? That's so dumb. Then there's another flaw for me. The DPI button is too high. I have stickers on it, and it's 1, you see? But if you don't have sticker on it, and let's remember, we can't switch off the DPI button. That's a little bit stupid. Because when you're in a rough situation and you maybe whoosh over with one finger to your mouse wheel or whatever you're doing, you will definitely touch the fucking DPI button, and it definitely will change your DPI. Because it always changed DPI. Even when I'm browsing, it changed DPI. It's so stupid. I just want to deactivate the DPI button and just set one DPI setting. Guys, yeah, I know there are some who are playing with 400 DPI, and on Windows I'm using 800. You can do this with your office mouse, guys. This is a fucking enthusiast product. This is for people who want to destroy everyone in every game, on every aim trainer, on aim labs, on whatever. That's for people who just want to go nuts, who are even crazy enough to just pay 180 euro for or US dollar for a mouse nobody had in hands before. Only Rocket Jump Ninja who said, that's a good mouse, buy it. Okay, bro? Because they sent you a copy which was flawless. They sent Rocket Jump Ninja a pre-selected flawless copy. But you guys out there, you will get copies which may be insane, or you get a copy where your mouse stucks. You will get a copy like me. I show you now something, but that's our secret, guys. Don't tell Final Boy. Don't tell him. This here is the magic German way for gods. You only can put gods on it. If we put a god on it now, I show you. That's magic. My god only has 3 foots. That's the problem. Basically, guys, what happens here is like the pressure of the metal where the plastic is going into must be so high, or the plastic I have down here for the bottom was produced so bad that that it's just not plain. It's only so when you play it on I played it on Aqua Control, the new one, or on the desk, or on IBA, you feel that only 3 of your glides are touching the pad. What? 3 glides touching the pad only? 180 US dollars? 3 glides only? Here. The front top right is coming up, or when you just touch it, and when you use it, you feel it like that. It just moves. The back comes up or the top comes up. One of the things depends on how you touch it. And guys, that's a totally no-go for me. For a mouse which is in resale for 1,000 euro in Europe, which was in sale on the drop for 3 seconds for $100, 180 US dollar, it's totally trash. The quality control is the worst I've ever seen on such an expensive product. Another thing on my copy is that here, this directly at this point, I think that's also the reason. It's like here when it connects the metal to the plastic, there's like an flex. I don't know if this is normal, but I did not expect this to be there because I thought that how they made it is so good that there will be no problems. As I already heard, don't pressure the plastic on the downside too much. It was already like an indicator for me, maybe the quality is not the best. Because if you just push it a little bit, the plastic down here is very thin, guys. And I think if you pressure too much, it maybe changes the form for other people too. Maybe on a long usage, this problem can be a main problem for everyone. I don't know, it's not clear. But I will definitely contact the FINALMOUSE support about a mouse which has only 3 feet touching the mouse pads while gaming, which has a non-plane ground. I have no clue why. I only can explain it myself that maybe the plastic, the bottom is not very good made, or the flex or the force of the clamp force of the metal is too high on the plastic, so that the plastic is like too much under pressure, and that's why it deforms a little bit. That's the only things I can imagine. If something else, I would love to see an explanation by FINALMOUSE. But I don't think that someone from FINALMOUSE is watching this. But I hope you guys will realize now that it's maybe not that bad that you missed this drop. So if you guys, if $100 US would be a lot for you, but you were so hyped for the mouse because you thought that this may bring you the wireless freedom of insane aim of gods to you at home, this will not happen, guys. Even the next drop, I would pass the next drop, guys. Just wait for the reviews from the next drop if they changed anything. I don't think they will change anything. They just will produce the same stuff again, again and again. And I also don't think they will raise the quality control. Because one thing to raise the quality control is to get mouse who have flaws back, find the flaw, find the reason for the flaw, find a solution to solve the reason, and give it back to the producer. And that's not made in 1 month. That's a research and development time. It nearly needs 3 to 6 months to find flaws and find the solutions for the flaws, guys. It's not like they watch my video, they see, oh, it's not even, let's check somewhere here. It will not happen. They need the mouse back in the headquarters. Check it there. And if there's only, guys, what I read that you have like people who repair your mouse, if you open it yourself, you lost warranty, blah, blah, blah. But if the guy who's there, who's checking your mouse is only just an average electric dude who knows how to assemble a PCB, nothing will happen. If there's no guy with a bachelor or an engineering degree who is realizing the real problem or watching what the problem could be, nothing will happen. There will always be flaws on this mouse, guys. Because as much as I think is that I read about the producer, the guys who are producing the mouse for them, they are able to do 500,000 mice a month and 150,000 keyboards a month. That's a lot. But how's the quality? For me, when I compare to the Ultralight has the way better quality. Some people told me Ultralight is such a bad quality of how it built, how it's made, how the clicks are. Yes, the clicks are a little bit hard. And they're harder than on my FINALMOUSE. I know some people also have very hard clicks on their FINALMOUSE, but mine is okay. It's softer than on my Ultralight 2, where I find them really hard. But just to compare it, just to compare clicks now, this is the new HATI-M. It's one of the reversed versions. There were not a lot out of there of them, That's not an insane mouse, guys. But that's the base for the new HATI-M wireless. Watch the click. Guys, it's fucking GWolves. They charge $60 for this one. And they're in game since 2 years, 3 years. And they already make a better click than FINALMOUSE, who sells mouse for double, 3 or 4 times the price GWolves sells. And I think this, to be honest to you guys, I think FINALMOUSE sold way more mouse than GWolves is doing, because what I see, GWolves is not doing a lot mouse right now. And that's where I come to the point to conclude for myself, or to ask myself, why isn't the FINALMOUSE better than anything else on the market? It's expensive. Sure, it's only a little bit more expensive than these G Pro Superlight, okay? But that's not the point where we're going to. They just told us on the first price is $399. If I would have paid $399 for this one, I would book a fucking ticket and fly over and show him this mouse. I would directly personally explain them what happens with this fucking product. Because for me, I'm not here to hype everyone. I just give my opinions and what I think about mouse industry, people who produce mouse and mouse pads, and try to give you guys a closer look what happens behind the scene. Some of these companies just rip you fucking off. This is not a product where the production is this expensive. Maybe the research and development was a little bit expensive, but it's not 50 million or 1 million. I think researching this one was 250,000 maximum. Only research. Later they developed it, blah, blah, blah. That's okay. But keep in mind, they sold 2,500 pieces for nearly $200. It's all in already. That's no problem. And they just start the mass production now. Next drop will be 5 or 10,000 of this. And the quality will still be bad. After this, maybe the quality raises. It's another 10,000. I think they will do it like 5 to 10 times until everyone has one, or just until some other brands just made their job better, made a carbon fiber or also magnesium alloy mouse, which is basically just better made. You don't need better marketing for your mouse, you just need a better quality control. You just need to hear what your community says. You just watch what you can do out of that, what your community is telling you, and you try to produce something which fits the most to the majority of your community. And then when you research and designed it, you will try to bring it to a quality point where most, or let me say this way, 98% of the people have zero flaws, or only flaws which are not major, like, I don't know, it creases a little bit when you squeeze it or something like that. But this, only 3 glides touching the ground, is a major flaw. It's unplayable, guys. If you're a SkyPad user, over there in the States or somewhere else, you have SkyPad, you can't play it, guys. It's jiggling the whole time. Don't do it. Huh? Yeah, that's basically it from my side. Honestly, I was super hyped. As I said already, the weight distribution, if you compare it to the M2K Soundkönig, which is basically half as long, 2/3 as long. If you compare the weight to length distribution, it pretty much feels the same. It feels maybe a little bit higher, but for the size, so the length of the mouse, there's nearly no change for me. Yes, the friction is higher. Yes, your movement is a little bit slower, but it gives you stability on horizontal movement. I told already. So just by weight, I think these 40 grams to 45 grams, in my opinion, for this size, or maybe for one bigger, are the ultra sweet spot for the next 2 years on wireless mouse. on wireless, not on wired, wireless. Wired needs to be 5 gram lower, as always. So, guys, if I forgot something, or if you want to mention something, or tell me some more problems, or maybe I'm just stupid and I'm a hater and I want to destroy FINALMOUSE, tell me in the comments below. Final Boy, if you watch me, call me, you have my number, bro. We also can hang out on WhatsApp or WeChat, I don't care. And next guy, Final Boy, call me before. I would tell you to build the next god. That's not a god. That's the Flintstone family from the Stone Age. Yabba dabba do, guys. Thanks for watching. See you soon.